Hello, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join us today. The webinar that we are gracing you with today is 7 Ways to Grow with Qvinci, a webinar for accountants, bookkeepers, and pro-advisors. And looking at this slide, I did want to take a second just to note that with these selected clients that are using Qvinci, what you see here is that with the diversity of client types, Qvinci is an extremely valuable tool regardless of the business that you're in. Now, by way of an agenda, what we're going to look at today is an overview of the Qvinci application and the tools that are part of our platform. And then we will put those tools together and show you the 7 ways to grow your business with Qvinci. Now give me 1 second. I'm going to jump us over to the live application. And here is the Qvinci dashboard. This is the landing page for anybody using our tool set. And what you have here is not only the means to have multiple locations consolidated and giving you a high-level financial summary on, you can also do it by web-based single sign-on reporting for single location clients, something that is actually very popular and does give you an added bonus as an accountant when you are trying to get these people signed on. Now, if you look here, a couple of things will jump out at you. This is high-level information. You do get it something that's current. Last month for financial summary here, P&L, AP aging, etc. Here on the widgets, you can actually take parts of the reports that are not available in the dashboard as it stands now, move them over here to where they will be on the dashboard. Again, to give yourself different kind of views depending on which client you have and who wants to see what. Now, where we get into the meat of Qvinci and where the real benefits will shine is when we start looking at the reporting piece. Now, what our reporting gives you is a way to not only get standard reporting like a P&L or a balance sheet, but also to use some non-financial filters to give you reporting that will compare like for like or give you a much better idea of what's going on in a particular environment at a particular time. We also have, as part of our reporting, a peer benchmarking piece where you can take like businesses or like locations and, again, put them up against the top 10%, top 20%, or the average of your entire environment. You can also use single unit locations to get an overall picture, although you wouldn't benchmark those. Looking at the peer benchmarking page, very simple to use. You can basically look at a P&L, the entire ecosystem compared to the top 10%. And what we will do is we will go ahead and just build that report out. And in seconds, there it is. Again, each location here, individual P&L compared against the top 10% here. Very powerful in that it's something that is done in seconds. It's not something where you have to chase down a report for each individual location and then consolidate it. Now, something to note here is this line here that says unmapped. What Qvinci also does is we will consolidate to a standard chart of accounts. All of these locations may be using different versions of QuickBooks, maybe using something like Xero, even an Excel spreadsheet. We will take those disparate charts of accounts and dynamically map them to a standard. And what we do is we take a white space template and we match like for like. If somebody's using lease at one place, rent at another, those get put together. If somebody has something listed as maintenance and you have it listed as painting, like for like gets listed together. Anything that doesn't fit in that standard will show up here as unmapped, and you can do a couple of things. You can go ahead and map it. And what you would do then is click these particular unmapped, click where they go on the standard chart of accounts, and simply map them. Again, very intuitive, very easy to use, very easy to digest the information. If you wanted to look at it with the native chart of accounts, you can do that also. It's just a question of turning off the account mapping in the reporting tab. Now, one of the other things that Qvinci can do for you is you can actually manage your locations and set up goals and alerts with emails. Again, you would just go into the Locations tab, hit Alerts, add an alert to the list. You can set a threshold, something you don't want to exceed. You can set a target, something you do want to exceed, and pick a time frame. Save that particular alert, and you will get an email as you cross your threshold or hit your target. Now, what this enables you to do from the standpoint of accounting is get on the same page with your client. Everybody's seeing the same information. Everybody has access to the same information. And now when you have a particular promotion in mind or you have a particular goal, increasing revenue year over year or month over month, now you're going to get emailed at the same time. Now, one of the nice things about Qvinci is as an accountant or a bookkeeper, with the relationship that you have existing with your client, you can actually go in, set everything up under your administration. And each particular client that you're working with, whether they be a single unit or a multi-unit, whether they be a nonprofit or a for-profit, we have unlimited logins so that the information that you have access to as a whole, each particular client of yours would only have access to as they contribute to the Qvinci account. Now, what we're going to look at is how all these tools will come together for you, how Qvinci has actually built a better mousetrap, and we can show you ways to grow with our product. First is with linking and syncing. So if you can take all of the things that can be automated, such as those top-line sales report that you see on our dashboard, the financial summary, if you can automate the collection of the data and the consolidation of separate locations into one single pane of glass, high-level information, and you can do it in just a few minutes, that's a lot more time for you to be an invaluable asset to your client, whether it be offering him advice and business analytics, when to grow, when not to grow. Any of those things that you can automate leaves you more time to offer additional consultative services to your client. Another benefit of Qvinci is our health check feature. Now, what this does is it will actually alert you to anything that's wrong in the sync of the QuickBooks file, and it will also show you where and when that particular mistake took place. So now you can spot simple errors in accounting, discrepancies as they occur, go in and fix them before your client even sees them. Building trust with your client, but also saving you time down the road. If you're able to fix errors as they happen, as opposed to chasing them down a day, a week, or a month later, instead of looking for a needle in a haystack, you're actually taking these issues and fixing them as they occur. Now, as I had said earlier, we also have a way to use alerts and automated emails to help you with particular goals that you set for yourself. Now, these could be anything from maybe you have a promotion running. It could be any key performance indicator that is driving something in your business. What this does is because everybody's on the same page and you're getting those email alerts, you have increased requests from your clients for assistance. increased opportunity and interaction for you to consult, enact special projects, any other billable service that you want to enact in your business. Now, the alerts help keep the clients out of trouble, but it also increases your value to them because, again, you're able to consult rather than just report. Another way to grow your business with Qvinci, it's a web-based reporting platform. Again, no more taking pieces and parts from different files, QuickBooks files that are located here or there in a network. This is web-based. Again, at your fingertips within a couple of clicks of a mouse, and unlimited secure logins for your clients. Kind of hard to beat that as a single pane of glass, easy to digest format. Now, what this will allow you to do when you have these types and the amount of unlimited logins, you can actually now take your time and move it into going after bigger clients, something with multi-locations, anything that is nonprofit, something that is larger or a multi-location SMB. Now, because you're automating things on the single line side, you can actually have a strategic advantage because the consolidation piece of Qvinci works perfectly with the multi-location SMBs. Basically, what we do there is we will take all of the locations, again, if they are disparate QuickBooks files, don't have to be the same, consolidate them to give you a high-level picture of the pulse of the financial health of your organization. Now, what this does is because that syncing takes place and you can run the reporting daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, you'll have routine financial snapshots for any of your clients that want to grow. So imagine being able to walk into that office when they were looking to buy a new building or expand a particular concept and know that you've given them the best financing from their lenders for that particular growth. Beautiful thing about Qvinci, one of the things that is the strongest in our platform is that you can actually set up and build custom reports that will enable you to present to your client everything from current trends to maybe individually tailored reports for their particular business or their particular location geographically. We have customized reports for multi-unit clients, and you don't have to do any of the compiling or emailing of that. It's all actually a function of the reporting piece that we have. So again, I'm going to switch over to the Qvinci page real quick just to show this to you. Go into reporting, and what you see on the left here are non-financial filters. These you can actually use to when you're consolidating and putting side by side different locations, you can actually use these to compare like for like. You wouldn't want to compare maybe a store that had only been open for a year to one that had been open 10 years. Maybe the population density for one location was 10,000. At another location, it's 100,000. So you may not want to compare them based on something like that. You may not want to compare it because one's offering a service that another is not. But all of those types of filters and the ability to go in and customize and create your own reporting filters is available to you. Now what this does is if you can build custom reports and analyze those and do it in a fraction of the time, you're now being able to give your client actionable intelligence and give them the agility to move as the industry that they are in is moving. Now, the next part about Qvinci is the analytics and what we can glean from the reporting that we have. Again, we can export and combine reports with the non-financial filters that we have, but also with third-party research to give best practices to align with industry ratios, with industry benchmarking coming soon from Qvinci, it certainly can't hurt that that these best practices and being able to align with what the industry as a whole is doing, regardless of your environment, and being able to match with the top 10% in that industry, it makes the analytics very powerful. And it's something that you can offer as a new service, business consulting, with trend analysis, with ratios, with benchmarking, all of the things that are part and parcel to what makes Qvinci special and makes it a very nice tool for your toolbox. So in summary, the 7 ways that you can grow with Qvinci, again, automate the things that you can automate. Make your life easier, not harder, by having those reports ready to go in a single pane of glass. Health check monitoring. You know, if anything going wrong, being able to solve the problem on the spot as opposed to chasing it down weeks or even months later. It also gives you a chance to interact with your clients on a much higher and regular basis, and you can learn more about their business, offer additional services. Alerts and emails. Again, if clients are going to ask you for more, that's where you can start being consultative with them. Because the reporting is web-based and available at a couple of clicks of the mouse, new offerings you can actually make to your clients. We have unlimited logins. So again, a beautiful piece for the client and stuff that you now no longer have to chase down. What that does is, again, gives you the opportunity to go after bigger fish with the ability to consolidate multiple locations into one pane of glass. There's certainly an offering to be made to those multiple unit locations to franchises and franchisees. And because you can customize these reports with our properties and filters or use your own, now you can provide real business intelligence that is actionable to your client. Now, from the client side, again, unlimited logins in a web-based format. Everybody's on the same page. The interface is easy to use. The information on it is immediately available and actionable. The ability to benchmark yourself against the top 10% by itself will make sure that best practices get filtered down in your organization. Finally, what we have recently launched at Qvinci is a referral and reseller program. I encourage anyone who is in the accounting industry, anybody who is a ProAdvisor, to go ahead and take a look at these 2 particular websites, Qvinci.com/referral program and reseller program. Just briefly, the referral program is for individuals or companies who will refer leads back to Qvinci. Once the referral is made, we will actually engage and handle everything with sales, services, and support. The reseller program is for those who actually want to resell Qvinci and our services, and they will own that account and the training and support for it. Again, check these links out. It's certainly something that will help you profit by recommending or by reselling Qvinci. And what I will do now is I will take any questions that anyone has or any comments. So we have a question. My clients do not have to all be on the same version of QuickBooks. No, they do not. We will work with QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Enterprise. So long as it's not QuickBooks for Mac or QuickBooks for UK, we will go ahead and be able to link, sync, and consolidate those files. Can we connect to QuickBooks Online and Xero? If they are for different QuickBooks files, yes. Not a problem there. We can link, sync, and consolidate those as well. 。 All right, and we've got another question. So I do not have to pay for users. If it is a single location or a single unit location, we'll call it that, the dashboard piece of it, the health check piece of it, the email alerts piece of it, single unit, if we're not consolidating anything, then you can actually get that free, yes. Now, when we get into multiple locations and there is a consolidation piece that goes along with that linking and syncing, then we actually do charge.
But you can have an unlimited number of users, so all of the business owners, their managers, anyone that's involved in their accounting can have a login for free.
There's a question of how much is a discount for resellers. And I believe that that is 30%. Suzanne, can you confirm that for me?
Yes, that's correct. And with a reseller, what you would do is set up an account and administer different companies underneath that account, and each company, everything in your account, would be at a 30% discount. So what this does is allows you to either pass that discount along to your clients if you prefer, or you can make money by reselling Qvinci, or you can bundle it into a monthly package, which is what many of our clients end up doing. So we have different ways we can work with you on that to make sure that you can get it to your client. You can also then resell Qvinci services and onboarding services if you had wanted to do that, or any of the other products.
Are there any more questions out there? Anything that you would like any additional explanation on, or would like to see as something more in depth? Right, Karen, I see that you have a question on here. Are the top industry comparables U.S. and CDN or all U.S.? Kristen actually was going to take that and answer it.
Hi, this is Kristen. So Karen had a question, are the top industry comparables U.S. and Canadian dollar coming in as U.S., and if the values are converted to Canadian dollar in the report? I'm going to break that into a two-part answer. Industry-wide benchmarking is actually a report that we are going to be releasing in the near future. Concerning the multi-currency conversion, though, Qvinci does offer multi-currency conversion for QuickBooks desktop files. So if you have a Canadian dollar file and a US dollar file, you can stipulate in Qvinci what you want the other file to convert to. So you could have both files report in Qvinci in US dollar, or both files report in Canadian dollar. It does not change the currency in the file itself, but it will report in Qvinci under the stipulated currency that you have selected. Again, though, that is only available for QuickBooks desktop files. following up on that though, if you do have multiple currency files that are not QuickBooks Desktop, maybe you have Xero or QuickBooks Online, you could actually consolidate all like currency files together. The workaround for that would be to create a separate Qvinci company for each country, and then have all of those files sync in their respective currency, home currency in the file. So you might have a Canadian company with 10 stores. Whether they are QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Online, or Xero, they could all sync in to that company as long as they are Canadian currency. And then in the same login, you could delineate and have a second Qvinci company that reports in US dollar, and all US-based currency files could sync into that one. So not consolidating multi-currency, but consolidating all files within a respective country. So that's another way that Qvinci can delineate between different currencies and still provide you a single login for reporting and consolidation.
In closing, I would like to bring everyone's attention to a particular case study as it applies to the accounting field. And you can actually find this on our website under the case studies. It's for cloud-based reporting. And basically what we had at Qvinci was a client in the accounting field, and he basically wanted to he was looking for a solution that allowed him to see all of his clients through a dashboard. He created a Qvinci account. He got 50 of his separate companies loaded, one for each client. And after syncing all of the QuickBooks files and with the correct company in Qvinci, he no longer had to email any monthly reports to his clients. Because we have the unlimited logins piece, his clients could now log into their secure account anytime and view that same dashboard with the detailed reporting. Since all the files are synced each day, data is always, again, current, up-to-date, real-time as it can be, and actionable. And this is something that basically took just the idea of being able to see everything in a dashboard and put it into something that now this particular client of Qvinci's has doubled the size of their Qvinci account, has more than 100 single location clients, saving his accounting firm 16+ hours per month just in reporting time, hours that he can now use to be more consultative with his clients. The cost to that actual accounting firm from Qvinci, $0. Every single client was a single unit location, and Qvinci doesn't charge for that single unit. So again, it's something that in this case, and especially in the accounting industry, if you do have a lot of clients that are single unit, Qvinci is still the right solution for you. If you have multiple unit franchise type clients, Qvinci is still the right solution for you. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for attending today. And in closing, I will go ahead and put this site up. Our website is www.qvinci.com. You can email sales@qvinci.com if there are any questions. And as we've always had, if you have a need to try the live app, web.qvinci.com is the place to go. Thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Please stand by.